Hi, my name is Cyrus Arislani, and I am part of the ITN major with a concentration in networking. For my video discussion for project management, I will be taking a look at software called Trackit. Now, Trackit is used mainly for different um, for tracking the asset tags and IP addresses and serial numbers or users of different machines. Um, Now, with that being said, there are. Uh, with that being said, Trackit is mostly a asset management software rather than a project management software. However, I do believe that there are some aspects of using Trackit that can help aid in project management. So, with that being said, there are only a few scenarios in which that could be true. So, in this video, I'll be giving the scenario that you are trying to upgrade all of the machines in your infrastructure to Windows 10. And so, starting off with that, you will need to first be able to establish how many different machines that you have um, in your infrastructure that you will need to be upgrading. So that helps get you a timeline as far as how long this project can take, um, as well as if you have done prior testing on different machines, which hopefully that will take place. You would be able to see which machines are not compatible with Windows 10, and so those machines you would need to order different parts for, or order entirely new machines to replace those older or legacy machines that are running older hardware that is either not compatible due to drivers or due to performance issues with Windows 10, as it does take up a lot of resources on different machines. So, with that being said, in order to find your list of different devices that would need to be updated to Windows 10, you would look in this left pane. So, this is the window that you were initially greeted with in Trackit, and you'll have to bear with me. I do not have the software on my own personal machine, and even if I did, that's a lot of probably confidential data that I would need to keep at work. So we'll be working with screenshots that I've taken the liberty of taking. So when opening Trackit, you will find different tabs on the left, such as inventory and purchasing and such, that you will use to help find individual machines on the network in your infrastructure, and as well as different purchases that you will need to make for older legacy machines that you'll need to be replacing. And so moving into that inventory tab that I had mentioned, once you open this inventory tab, you will find a whole list or array of different types of information about the devices in your infrastructure. So you can track things such as asset tags, the names of users who use those computers, the departments they're in, where they're located, and such as in what building or what campus, as well as IP addresses for those machines. Although that would probably mainly be for printers, as user machines are more than likely dynamically allocated IP addresses. So, getting into the inventory tab, you will be able to leverage this tab in order to find out how many machines you will need to upgrade, as you can filter through different assets and different columns to find exactly what machines or what type of machines you are looking for. With that being said, you can also find the older or legacy machines that you'll need to be swapping out, and be able to account for how many or the purchases you'll be making for those legacy machines, as you'll have to buy new ones to be able to work with Windows 10. And so, with that being said, you would need to place an order for them, of course. And when placing an order, you can use an order number that you can use to track the hardware. And once you receive the hardware itself, you'll be able to go to the purchasing tab, and you'll be able to sort of in the same view as the inventory tab, you'll be able to see a list of purchase orders by their numbers, and be able to open them in different bins that mainly look like a lot like this, not necessarily. So when opening this bin for the purchase order, you'll be able to see what exactly was ordered. So that relating to peripherals such as keyboard, mice, desktops, laptops, anything of that sort, and you'll be able to assign them yourself. You'll be able to assign them different asset tags and their IP configurations and such. So with that being said, you'll be able to receive the purchase order simply by opening the bin, and there would be a checkbox that you would click so that it would take the items from the purchase order and put it into your inventory tab. So the items from your purchase order would go directly into the inventory, and you would be able to see it right there along with all of your other machines. And so that is some of the functionality that I believe would help aid in project management. Even though this is technically an asset management software, it is good for trying to get a feel for, how long a project is going to take, what kind of hardware you'll need to acquire in order for everything to go relatively smoothly, and also mainly just setting up a timeline, because that is a big factor. If you walk in to a project like a Windows 10 upgrade without knowing anything about how many machines you have, or the things you'll need to do for certain machines, or where these certain users are to be able to meet with them and then take their machine to be able to upgrade it to Windows 10, it would be a significantly more arduous task than it would be had you not had this. So Trackit is a very useful software tool both for asset and project management, as it helps you better organize the different sort of devices in your infrastructure, and helps you to better plan out for the events to come in your project.